Welcome back to Crystal Water Tarot, and welcome to anyone new. This is going to be a yes or no reading. So we're going to be having 3 cards, and then we're going to be using stones also to call us in to assist with selecting a pile. So for card number 1 or pile number 1, we have 29, Divine Blueprint, with card number 29. And the stone that we have with that is Relax. For card number 2, we have Crystalline Spirit and the number 7. And the stone that we have with that is Desire. And for card number 3, we have the Human Experience, card number 16. And the stone we have with that is Inspire. So I'm going to give you some time. Think about it. Listen to what's calling you. There may be more than one pile. And then go ahead and we'll get started. See you in a minute. Okay, welcome back, and welcome to those who chose card number 1 or pile number 1. And that card is Divine Blueprint. We are unlocking the sacred knowledge embedded in your DNA from your cosmos guardians. This card here, the circles, it just reminds me of the cosmos, the stars out there, what's available to us, knowledge, and the infinity, the opportunities, the endlessness. So that's kind of out there. And then like all these marks here, it just reminds me of, again, the blueprints, the opportunities, the drawings, the building of something in this area here. And then we also have Relax. You know, not quite sure how this is all going to go together, but let's get on with it. So we have the 9 of Cups. Hopefully we can get this all in here. The 4 of Swords in reverse, the Knight of Pentacles, the Queen of Swords in reverse, the 10 of Pentacles, the Knight of Cups in reverse, and the Queen of Pentacles. I can get this maybe on here. See that okay. So what I'm sensing, or what I'm getting, is that with the 9 of Cups, there is something that you want, or there's something that you want to achieve. That can be anything. That can be a career, that can be some type of a personal life, that can be a personal goal, that can be anything. That can be anything that you choose it to be. And that's what you're working on. And you're just trying to figure out how you can, and with these cups, I see these cups as, it's like stepping stones to how you're working on achieving that. You know, you may be trying to achieve a certain position. You may be trying to achieve going for a certain type of work that you want to do in your life. And you know, the first step may be getting an education, that sort of thing. You know, you may be in a relationship and you may be wanting to buy a home. The first thing is maybe saving money. I don't know, but that's just what's coming to me. And so each one of these cups is like a stepping stone. So, but what I'm also sensing is, you know, maybe then with the 4 of Swords, what I'm sensing is that maybe you're working so hard that you're not taking a break. And what I'm getting with this stone here is Relax. Maybe you're so focused on filling these cups at achieving your goal, or achieving what you want, to satisfy that what you want, that you're not taking a break, that you're not taking time to relax, that basically you're just working, and you're gonna wear yourself out. So you're just, maybe if this is, maybe you're with a partner and you're working so much and you're so focused on what you both want to achieve that you're not spending time together, that you're basically wearing each other, you're wearing yourselves out, so that it could end up maybe breaking something else down. So then we have the Knight of Pentacles. And this here is, I'm thinking the way that he's holding himself and holding the coin, he's dependable, he's practical, and he's secure. And I feel like right now you're in a good place, and just the way that he's standing and stuff, it just reminds me, are you taking the time to enjoy life? Where we're looking back at these cards is that you're working on filling these cups, but you're not taking time, you're not taking a break. You're focused, and you're not taking time off. And with this card here, it's reminding me of dancing. Are you taking time to enjoy life? Are you taking the moments? Are you taking those little moments? Are you enjoying those? And this, maybe you're not with a partner. Maybe you're working on achieving some type of a goal. Maybe you're working on some type of a health kick, and you're focused on eating right every day. And one day you're going out with somebody and they say, hey, do you want to go out to lunch? And you're like, oh, no. But that's just that one opportunity. Are you so focused on something that you miss out on something else? You can always, that one break isn't going to totally set you off kilter. Not if you're truly working on this. So, and again, sometimes you just got to take a moment to dance. You've just got to take that moment to enjoy life. So then we have the Queen of Swords in reverse. And so with the Queen of Swords in reverse, it's, that talks about being cold, calculating, really so focused that you basically, to me, forget everything else. You forget how to enjoy life. You forget, you basically cut people out. You just are so focus driven that you forget how to live. You forget what really matters. Yes, I know that this matters. I know that, maybe you're trying to achieve a home. Maybe you're trying to achieve something, and that does matter in there. But what about everything else in life? What about those little things, those little things that, once you achieve the goal and you go back and you look back, what about those little things? What about those little missed opportunities that you may not be able to regain? So sometimes being calculated and so focus driven, you might miss out on those. Then we have the Ten of Pentacles. And the Ten of Pentacles, success, in reverse talks about, success or wealth that comes crash, the fear of loss of security. Well, I think that you're so focused on maybe that if you do go out and you do enjoy something, that everything else is going to come crashing down. That maybe everything you've gained up to this point, you're just going to lose it all. And again, if you are true to what you want and you are true to your goal, I don't feel that's going to happen. You're not going to lose that success. You're not going to lose that, not if you're true to your goal. Then we have the Knight of Cups in reverse. That talks about, deception, poor mental health, someone lying to you. And what's coming to mind is, are you maybe lying to yourself? Are you maybe feeding yourself maybe misinformation? Not necessarily lying, but maybe misinformation. Maybe are you telling yourself, if I do that, I'm going to set myself back. If I do that, then this is going to happen. If I do that, I'm going to lose this. If I do that, I'm going to... maybe you need to reevaluate, relook at everything. because then we have the Eight of Pentacles. And the Eight of Pentacles talks about paying attention to the details, working on something with focus, but I feel like you work on it with focus, but it's falling right under the Knight of Pentacles, the one that I feel like is telling you to also dance, also enjoy life. So what I'm really feeling is that yes, you need to work on this. Yes, you need to pay the details, but you do need time to take time to rest. You need time to take breaks. You do need time to dance. You do need time to focus and build that security around whatever this goal is that you're working on, whether it be a relationship, whether it be a goal, whatever that case may be. You don't want to be so cold and calculating that you forget everything else. You're not, if it is as true and stable and as secure as you believe it to be, that you may be so intent on not losing, then it should be fine. There should be no doubts. And if there are doubts, then you need to go back and you need to reevaluate. And you need to see where you may need to build something, where you may need to make something stronger. Where are the cracks maybe? Where do we need to make some adjustments? So let's get some more tarot cards. But I do believe that you do need to make some breaks. But I also do believe that you do need to take some time off. So then we have the Six of Cups, the Ten of Cups, the High Priestess, the Wheel of Fortune, the Two of Wands, the Two of Cups, the Seven of Wands, the Strength card, and then the Seven of Cups. So with this here, what I'm feeling is, looking back on this, is that we talked about reevaluating. You need to look back. What may be causing you to be so, like, with whatever the goal is, something may be looking back in your past that is making you, you want to achieve this, but you may be so questioning whether or not you're going to lose it if you maybe take a break. Is there something that is incomplete? Is there something that happened where you may feel that maybe people around you are not supporting you? Is there something that you know that you might not have quite right with the High Priestess? What is it what's in your gut that's telling you that something may be off? Because we have the Wheel of Fortune, which is divine timing. The divine Wheel of Fortune talks about divine timing, and we have the divine blueprint. So this should be it's going to be going all as planned, but what's telling you in your gut that something may be off? What are you questioning? And that, I think, you may be needing to look at, whatever this is. Is there something that you're questioning? Because again, we have with the Wheel of Fortune talks about divine timing, good luck, nothing lasts forever. And then we have the divine blueprint. There's something in you that you have the ability to make this happen. But I feel like there's something here that you may be questioning, something that you may know that you may need to tweak. You may need to look back at. You may need to reevaluate. Then we have the Two of Wands in reverse. Is there something that's, are you losing hope? Are you losing faith? Is there something that's causing you to lose faith in what you want to move forward with? And what is that? Because then we've got the Two of Cups. Are you feeling alone? Are you feeling like maybe you're not as committed to this as what you thought you were? Sometimes, we've been working on something for so long that, we've been filling these cups for so long that we do get tired. And we talked about here not taking a break. Is it because you haven't taken a break that you are getting frustrated, that you are losing the hope in this. So is your commitment maybe possibly wavering? And maybe do you need to talk to somebody? Then we have the Seven of Wands. The Seven of Wands talks about not giving up. But with this commitment, coming with the commitment and then the Seven of Wands, are you thinking about giving up? Is that what this gut feeling is? And everything. And that's again where I'm thinking, do we need to reevaluate? Is there something going on? If this is a relationship, is there something going on that's telling you, is this really worth it? Is there a goal that you're trying to work on? Is this really worth it? Is, maybe missing out on things. Is it really worth it? So there's definitely a question of, for me, with these two cards, we've got commitment. Then to me, the Seven of Wands talks about fighting, standing your ground, not giving up. Is there something here that's making you question something? And then we've got the Strength card. Patience, confidence. Do you have the strength to keep going? Is this something worth fighting for? Do you have confidence that this will turn out the way you want it to? And if you're losing confidence, if you're losing commitment, then this is what you need to reevaluate. And again, going back to the High Priestess, I feel like this is where you really need to reevaluate. So this is not saying that this is not possible. This is not saying, because again, I'm going back to the Wheel of Fortune and the Divine Blueprint. This here, you do have it in you. It is possible. But I feel like there is a possibility where you may be questioning it yourself. You may be questioning whether or not you want this, whether or not you're really committed to this or not. So, but I do believe you have the strength to make this happen with the Strength card. Then the final card is the Seven of Cups. The Seven of Cups talks about choices. This is all about whether or not, you have multiple choices. It's all up to you. You have all of these cups. We started back here in the very beginning with all of these cups. And you're working on achieving whatever this is, getting to what you want, happiness, by filling the cups. But then we have these cups here, and we're ending with cups of working all of these choices, all of these opportunities. And it's up to you to decide what you want. And there's so many opportunities. And maybe if this is a relationship, maybe you started out with this person and this was your ultimate dream and this is who you really wanted to be with. But have things changed? Are we questioning it? Has something happened? If this was the ultimate job that you wanted and you started studying it, but something else piqued your interest, is this where you want to go? If you started on a health kick and you saw where, I'm healthy now, but I'm getting tired. I'm getting, again, whatever this may be, you have choices, and you don't have to necessarily stick to a rigid plan. You have opportunities. You have choices. Talk. If this is a partner, communicate. Just don't stay within yourself. If you're getting tired, if you feel alone, communicate. So you have choices. And that's what this card is talking about. It's talking about coming up with, maybe during the day you feel you're like lost in thought of if only I would have, or if only I would have did this, or only if I would have done that. That's what the Seven of Cups talks about. If only. That's what it talks about to me. If I would have did this, if I would have this, if I would have turned right, if I would have turned left. So that's what this card is really talking about. We've got the rainbow, we've got the butterflies, transformation. We've got the castle in the sky. So that's kind of where I believe you're at right now. I believe that you're looking at those choices of what if. What if I do this? What if I do that? Is this where I started out of wanting this? Is this really where I want to be? And so again, it's not a bad thing, but I do know, going back to this Relax card, I do know and I do feel that you need to take a break. you need to reevaluate. You need to look back. You know, if you're feeling like, you know, this may not be for you, regardless of what this is, you may just need to sit back, take a break, relax, reevaluate, look at everything. And again, whatever this is with the divine plan, maybe you feel this is the exact plan for you, but maybe the divine blueprint of the divine timing and everything, maybe you went left when you were supposed to go right. So again, I feel like there is a divine blueprint for you. There is divine timing, but maybe this is where the divine timing and divine blueprint are coming in. So again, reevaluate, look, listen to your intuition. Again, we have choices, and those choices are up to us. This reading can't tell you what to do. That's not what it's here to do. It's just here. It's to help. It's just something that's offered to you, but it's not telling you what to do. That's not what tarot readings are for. So with this, at this time, this is a maybe, because it's offering you an opportunity. And with this card here, the Seven of Cups is a maybe card. It is telling you maybe. And that's for this reading, this yes or no reading. This is going to be a maybe, because right now, to me, you're at a crossroads. You can go left or you can go right. This is just a choice where it's just your question of what should you do, or how is this going to turn out? Is this going to turn out good? It may or it may not turn out good. It's going to depend on what road you choose to go down. So let's get some more cards. Let's get some oracle cards for some messages. We have the shame. You carried this burden far too long. It's time to release the guilt you've placed on yourself and start a new chapter in your life. Set a new goal and begin taking action towards happiness. That's interesting. So maybe there's something that you've been working on that wasn't really yours. And maybe it was somebody else's. Maybe somebody else's dream. Maybe someone else's goal. And maybe it's time that you choose something else. Then we have reach out. You've isolated yourself and you're trying to do everything on your own. It's okay to ask for help. So reach out to ask for support at this time. So again, and that lays under the Four of Swords in reverse, about taking a break, time out. And so maybe whatever this is, if you continue down this path, maybe you need some assistance. Then we have release judgment. Holding on to judgment, whether of yourself or others, only clouds your vision. Release it and see the world and your path with clearer eyes. So again, we talked about re-evaluating the situation. Maybe that's what you need to do. And look at it and see if this is really what you want to do. Is this really where you want to go? And then we have stuck in lack. You have all the resources you need to carry you through, whether it's financial, emotional, or physical limitations that you think you have. It is only ego-based. Fears take over. Rein them in and don't give up. So whatever this may be, we had pentacles. We had a lot of regarding the financial. So whatever this is, I feel like it has to do with something looking back. And we talked about the past. So maybe whatever this is has to do with something from maybe your past, your childhood, growing up in some form, that, again, I'm really feeling like this is you're holding, it has to do, whatever this is, whatever this goal is, it may not be yours. It may be holding on to something that somebody told you. Maybe somebody said it for you. And maybe it's time maybe to look at what your own dreams are, and maybe to look at what your own options are. So again, this is definitely a maybe for me. Poised, number 48. I believe that right now you've got the strength and you've got the ability. You're in the right position maybe to make a change. Then we've got why, number 31. Why do it? Because, and we have a little book, because maybe now you're questioning why you're doing something. And maybe now we have the next card, which is 39, which is new life. Maybe now you're questioning why, and why it's time for you to maybe make a new life for yourself. And then co-creator, number 40. Interestingly enough, we've got 39 and 40. Co-creator. Maybe it's time for you to help create your life. Maybe now it's time for you to start writing the chapters in your life rather than having somebody write them for you. Maybe your path was written by somebody else, and now maybe it's time for you to work with the divine and be a co-creator of the blueprint for your life. And then we've got Snow Leopard, self-reliance. You are stronger, independent, and often solitary. Integrity is important for your best outcome. Cloak yourself with invisibility. Walk with the shamans and use your intuition and let life unfold in a silent perfection. Again, we talked about intuition. Listening to yourself, re-evaluating. Something's telling you maybe that it's time for a change, or something's telling you that it's time to re-evaluate. Then we have the ram, preservation. You have many gifts. No problem can withstand the power of your mind. With patience, you can reach your mountaintop. Never give up, and good luck will follow. And we had another card that talked about good luck, and that will follow. And so I believe that was the world card, that things are changing and you can change them. But again, that is up to you. You have the ability to change. You have the ability to stay the way that you are. It is all up to you. Your life is your life. And again, right now, this is a maybe, because right now the choice is up to you. And I'm just going to grab you an angel number. So the number that we have is 2002, the void. Longing, technology, ambition, genius, forward thinking, stress, and depression. You have more control over your life than you realize. Learn and execute what interests you. Turn things around. It gets better with time. There are plenty of friends to make, so chill out and have fun and open up. Go outside. And again, relax. So again, this is going to be a maybe. I hope this has helped somebody. And again, you have the choice. You have choices out there. I hope this helps. Please like and subscribe, and I hope you join us again. Thank you. Welcome back to Crystal Water Tarot, and those who chose pile number 2, we have card number 7, Crystalline Spirit. You are creation itself. You can reach anyone at any time with your pure source light without taking any residual energy on. And you have desire for the stone. When I look at this card, I just can see like roses. I can just see different shapes and different things coming out of it, different things that can be created, and those sorts of things. I just see a lot of positive in this card. Like I can see like different roses. I can see flowers and shapes, more than just mountains. So let's go ahead and get started. So we have the Sun in reverse. We have the Hangman in reverse. We have the Cretex, which is also known as the Magician in this deck, in reverse. We have the Six of Cups. We have the Three of Pentacles. We have the Empress. We have the Ten of Cups. We have the Five of Cups. And we have the Fool in reverse. And the Five of Cups is in reverse. So, what I'm sensing, or what I'm getting is, with the Sun in reverse, is that something you've been waiting for, or something that you've wanted, there's been sign of some type of a delay. And with that delay, it's affected you, and it's sort of made you like, with that delay, there's been an impact with that delay, and you're holding on to it. You're not sure if you should move on. You're not sure what you should do, especially with the Hangman following that. And so you're sort of maybe at a loss right now, because, you know, should you move on? Shouldn't you move on? How should you handle this? And with the Desire Stone, I feel like this is something that you really want. And again, as in the previous reading, it can be anything, and it can be a relationship, it can be a job, it can be anything. So when I do the readings, I don't hold it to anything specific unless it really truly comes out to say something. And again, it can be whatever what you're wanting. And so I feel like something that was supposed to have, that you were really planning on, something that you really wanted, something did not come through. Something is being delayed. Something that you thought was going to come through and you had planned on it. It's just not happening right now. And you're not quite sure, should I just should I just move on? Should I just forget it? Then we have the Magician in reverse. And you feel like, with this not coming in, you feel, as I had said, you're just kind of like, you don't know how to handle it. You're not sure if you should maybe do something to affect it. Should you maybe manipulate it to maybe have it come in? Should you just kind of back off and let it see how it flows? Is this something that maybe somebody else maybe have had an impact on, that could have maybe delayed it for you? So I feel like maybe there are some questions on your mind. Then we've got the Six of Cups. And Six of Cups talks about the past. It talks about people from the past. It talks about memories. And with this, I'm sensing that maybe this may not have been the first time that you've experienced something like this. Maybe in the past you have had this type of thing happen. So if this is a relationship, maybe you've wanted to be with a person and you thought it was going to happen and it didn't. Maybe somebody's made you promises and they didn't follow through. Maybe this is a job that you wanted and it didn't happen the way that you wanted it. Again, this can be several different types of scenarios. So I really feel like the past is playing, you're having memories of, you know, I've been here, I've done this before. What should I do? Should I just give up? You know, I remember when so-and-so. So when I'm thinking, did somebody else have any impact on this? Again, I'm really thinking about the past as well. And maybe somebody in the past did have an impact. The Three of Pentacles in reverse, you know, talks about, you know, lack of ambition, maybe lack of support or resources. In this situation here, if this was a relationship, maybe your friends are not, if this is a relationship, maybe your friends are not very supportive of it. So again, that's where I'm thinking, did anyone have any type of input? Did anyone maybe make you doubt it? Did that person's friends have any type of input? So that's what I'm thinking. Shortcuts. You know, I'm really not getting that type of, you did anything to shortcut this. I really believe whatever this is, you put your heart and soul into this. You really believed in this. And that's where I believe this, that where this is talking about, you are the creation itself, where it talks about the source, the pure source of light. I believe in this, that you really put everything you had into this. So any type of shortcuts, no. I believe that you really went into this with your heart and your soul. So whatever this is, you're there. You really wanted this. Then we have the Emperor. And the Emperor, we know, talks about beauty, femininity, growth. So I believe that if this is an opportunity that has any type of chance, whatever it may be, I believe there is the potential for growth. However this turns out, you will grow from it. You will gain something from it. Whether it be, if this ends negatively or positively, however, you are going to gain something from it. You are going to gain some type of wisdom. That will make you stronger. The Ten of Cups. I find that you will learn, especially with this femininity card, you will learn to love yourself even more. You will learn to love the world around you even more than what you do. You will appreciate things even more. And with the Five of Cups in reverse, I feel that however this ends, you're not going to regret what you did. You will, I know that the Five of Cups normally talks about regret and that sort of thing, but the way that I'm seeing the femininity and the Ten of Cups with love, I don't feel that you're going to regret this. You're going to know deep down that you were in it and you believed in what you did. And so I'm not feeling that at all. And the Fool in reverse, upright, the Fool talks about new beginnings and fresh starts and all of that stuff. In reverse, it talks about irresponsibility and fear bound. Yeah, no. I feel that, you're not, no. I feel that people may think that you were foolish to think whatever this is could happen, but no. I feel that you went into this and you knew exactly what you were doing. You were not irresponsible. You knew it. You knew what the possibilities were. You went into it. You went into it fearlessly. You went into it and you knew people may have thought you foolish, regardless of what the scenario was. If this had to do with a relationship, or it has to do with a relationship, you knew, but you went into it with a strong heart, clear heart, positive, open heart. Everything was there. You wanted it and you believed in it. So that's what I'm seeing for this. So let's get some more oracle cards. We have the Eight of Cups in reverse. We have the Ace of Wands, the Ace of Cups, the Ace of Pentacles, the Magician, and this time the Magician is, this time the Magician is upright. We have the Three of Swords, in reverse, we have the Tower, we have the Page of Cups, we have the Page of Pentacles, and we have the Sun. So, I think we can get these all right here. So, and with this, I love how this works out, because when we started the reading, if you noticed, and sometimes these things just amaze me, even though I'm the woman that's doing the reading, is that when we started out with the Sun in reverse, and we're ending with the Sun, a different deck, in the positive. And that just amazes me. So, with the Eight of Cups in reverse, that talks about second chances. That talks about refusing to move on. And I believe that you may be kind of still holding out. You believe that this has possibilities, whatever this is. And I believe that you believe in second chances. You believe in reevaluating the situation. So, normally when they, refusing to move on or lingering in a bad, that it just kind of, normally this in a thing can talk about something bad, but I don't believe in that. I believe that you're looking at it because you believe whatever this situation is, it has possibilities, especially when I see 3 aces come out and the Magician. So I believe with this card here, you're seeing the possibility of something good come out of this. So then we're talking about the Ace of Wands, which talks about new adventures. It talks about passion. So there's something there. Then we talk about the Ace of Cups, which talks about love. So again, we talked about you have love in your heart, which tells me there's something there. And the Ace of Cups does talk about relationships. So then we have the Ace of Pentacles, which talks about, it does talk about wealth, and it does talk about, jobs and rewards, but it also talks about commitment. So what I believe is whatever this thing may be, you have commitment to it. So that's what I believe in. The Magician, in upright position, it talks about power and focus and initiation. You have the resources around you. So whatever this may be, you can do this, but you need to believe in yourself. You need to believe in this. And then we go on to the Three of Swords in reverse. So whatever this is, maybe you, or if this is somebody else that's in this situation, maybe this is a relationship. Maybe they need a little bit of time to do some healing. Maybe you need to open up your heart. Maybe they need you to, maybe right now not ready for a relationship, but maybe now you just need to offer your support, your love as a friend, and help them heal from something. Maybe not necessarily a relationship, but maybe they have some type of loss in their life that they just need your support. And although you may want more in the future, maybe this is how this is going to start out. Not quite sure where that came from. Then we have the Tower. And the Tower talks about, most people when they look at the Tower card, it's like the, oh my God, it's the dread card. But not always. Especially with this layout I'm seeing, no. It's a surprise. It's a shock. Maybe it's a sudden development. So as I said, you supporting somebody, if this is the case of a relationship, maybe by you supporting somebody, all of a sudden something good comes out of it. A relationship that was unexpected. Maybe they didn't see you that way, but you did, and all of a sudden something turns differently. The Page of Cups, we know, talks about first dates, crushes, something creative. So that's what I'm seeing. Then we've got the Page of Pentacles. Again, if this is a job offer, if this has to do with a job or something else, again, we're talking about creative, some type of an offer. But it also talks about having patience. And I really believe, looking at this and looking at how everything lays out, you have that patience to wait. You have the heart. You have that within you. So that's what I'm seeing. Then we have the Sun. The Sun talks about happiness. It talks about success, reward, celebration. It's all about a happy ending. So that's what I'm seeing. So this here is a yes for me with no questions, because I see where we came from and I see where we're ending up. And so again, and the desire, whatever this is, you really want it, but I see that it may take a little bit of time for you to get from where the sun was delays, waning, something may be delaying it. And when I talked about something may be caught, if this is a relationship where I talked about maybe someone else is causing that delay, maybe if this is where you're supporting somebody else who's going through something, that may be the delay. That may be what's holding this up. Maybe this person does, maybe this is a relationship where you want it to go further, but right now they may be going through their own loss. And it doesn't have to, maybe it's not a relationship. Maybe they've lost something within their life. Could be another family member. And right now they just need your support. They're not ready to move on any further, even though you would like it to happen. But that's that case. If this is a job or if this is something else, it's just having that patience to wait. But I see that in the end, there's going to be some type of reward. There's going to be some type of a celebration. And again, it is your choice. These tarot cards, everyone has choice. Everyone has their own way. Everyone can move on in their own way. Tarot cards are not meant to make your decisions. That is up to you. We all have free choice. We all can choose the path that we decide to move forward on. So again, this is a yes for me. Let's get some more tarot cards. Let's get some more oracle cards. So we have take a chance. It's time to step out of your comfort zone. The world is waiting for you to take a chance. When you do, you'll be rewarded with newfound confidence and enthusiasm, and you will begin to attract new results. So I'm going to kind of I'm going to kind of maybe go with the relationship a little bit and this person that may be needing your support. Maybe if you like a person and that you see them going through something, maybe stepping out of your comfort zone and maybe talking to them if you haven't already. Maybe if it's a new friend, taking that chance. Maybe you normally would never talk to this person, but that may open up this opportunity. Taking a chance and stepping out of your comfort zone, maybe going someplace. So maybe if you haven't already met this person, maybe going someplace different might open up that opportunity for you. Fresh start. You're being given the opportunity to begin again. Allow yourself to embrace this new life and open up fully to this gift that you've been given. So again, take a chance. Fresh starts. Going things, doing things, meeting people that you would not maybe normally meet. Again, new opportunities. We talked about returning to second chances, fresh starts, maybe bringing this around again, and maybe if this is somebody that's coming back into your life, a fresh start with them. Abundance. You're being asked to open to abundance, to believe that you are deserving of it, and to believe that it will flow to you. This is the first important step towards receiving it. Breathe deeply and trust that it's on its way. So if this is a job, maybe if this is not, again, it could have to do with relationships, but maybe if this is a job that you wanted, and it's been delayed, maybe reevaluating, maybe if this was a job that you applied for and it's come around again, maybe taking a second chance and just applying for it again. That could happen. Speak your truth. You stayed silent long enough. Speak up, stand your ground, and state your perspectives. You will rise to a higher vibration and you will let your voice be heard. And with that one there, I feel like it could be any situation. It could be a relationship if you talk to a person or that person. If you, again, apply for another job, or if you talk to your supervisor and let them know what you're thinking. Let them know what you're capable of. So with that, speak your truth. I feel like whatever this scenario is, Let your voice be heard. You have it. It's coming from your heart, and that's what your truth is. We have Here and Now, card 32. Maybe here and now it's time to make your stand. It's time to let your voice be heard. It's time to, make yourself be known. Number 29, breathe. Take a deep breath before you do that. Card number 9, Treasure Island. I feel like once you do, the possibilities, the resources, the treasures are out there. And this new life that you may find with this person or with that new job or whatever this is, it's going to be a treasure beyond your belief. And card number 19, Flexibility. Be flexible. If this is with a person, understand their needs. Understand what they're going, or try to understand what they're going through. Sometimes we can't always understand because we can't walk in that person's shoes, just like they can't walk in ours. And if it's a job, be flexible. Try to work around. Understand. Then we have Squirrel. Always prepared. You are the expert of hard work and hard play. Your cheerful and fun disposition is a blessing to everyone. Don't let life's distractions take you off course. Make a plan for the future, and life will give you all you need. Again, we were talking about abundance. We were talking about what you need. And I'm looking at the little birds. And the squirrel. So what's coming to mind is this could be talking about a relationship with the two little birds, or it could be talking about a job. And I'm seeing the squirrel who's always prepared, but I'm also seeing the two little birds as a little couple. So again, that could fit any scenario. Then we have the lynx, keeper of secrets. Take time out from the world and be the observer. Nothing can deceive you when you trust your knowing. You see others' secrets and keep them sacred. In the silence and solitude, you will find your strength. So what that's telling me is, and I'm going to kind of focus on the relationship and talking and that whole thing here. I find that if somebody's going through something and that's the person that you're focused on, if they're going through something, they're going to trust you. Even if you're with that person, they may need to talk, and they're going to trust you in keeping what they tell you. And I just feel like you're trusting. You, again, going back to your heart and your soul, is that they really believe in you. They really believe in what you tell them. You're going to keep it sacred, and you're not going to share it. You're not going to share it with your friends. You're not going to share it with anybody. And that's just the type of person that you are. You don't, that confidence, that you just won't do that. Let's go ahead and get an angel number. Okay, we have 666. Reflect, love, affection, compassion, kindness, attention, self-love. Several unexpected developments will enter your life and impact how you feel. This is a chance to reevaluate your identity. You need a mental shift towards great optimism, self-assurance, and trust. Put your faith in your gut and inner voice. Pay attention to your feelings and use them to help you become a better person. First of all, I believe you are a wonderful and great person. And when it talks about taking chance and reevaluating, I believe that love and affection, compassion is, if this is a relationship question that you're asking, is really towards that person that you're focused on, or is going to be focused on that person that comes into your life. I believe that the attention, if this is focused towards career and stuff, you're going to put that attention where it's needed. So again, that to me is a reflect, take time to reflect. Reflect on all you have, because I feel, being the type of person you have a lot of wonderful things in your life, and you have a lot of wonderful things to offer people. So again, this is a definite yes for me. Thank you for joining Crystal Water Tarot. Please like and subscribe, and I hope you join us again. Thank you. Well, welcome back to Crystal Water Tarot, and welcome to those who chose pile number 3. You chose card number 16, the human experience. Understand the growth through what you go through. The lessons are vital in the expansion of your soul in order to ascend. And then we have the rock, which is inspire. So let's go ahead and pull your tarot. We have the Ace of Cups. We have the Knight of Swords in reverse. We have the Page of Wands. We have the Three of Pentacles. And we have the Queen of Wands in reverse. We have the Empress. We have the Ten of Cups. We have Temperance in reverse. And we have the Ace of Wands. So with the Ace of Cups, I'm sensing that this could be a relationship, something new coming in, and it doesn't necessarily have to mean in the romantic sense. This could be a family member, a friend. So definitely this is going to be, for me, something's coming through that this is some type of a relationship, only because of us starting with the Ace of Cups. So feeling like this is something where this is something coming through. Again, this does not have to be a romantic relationship. It can be a family member. It can be a friendship, as I mentioned before. I feel like whoever this person is, and the roles of this reading could be you, them, not quite sure what the pattern is or how this is, but the dynamics of it. I'm not quite sure what the dynamics are going to be. But this relationship, I feel, might be somewhat kind of confusing. It might be sometimes you feel like it's in chaos. I feel like with the Page of Wands, I feel like maybe... I feel like the person that's coming in is bringing maybe the confusion and the chaos. I feel like maybe with the Queen of Wands, I feel like you encourage them. You're trying to stay positive with maybe something they're going through. You may be looking at something that they're going through and maybe questioning what they're doing because of maybe something they're going through. With the Three of Pentacles, I'm sensing you're also working with others. This may be job related, because maybe not for all, but maybe for some, maybe this is somebody, okay, I'm going to take that back. This could be somebody at work, maybe a friend at work. Maybe what they're going through in relationships, maybe this is a friend at work. And maybe the choices that they're making at work, maybe you're getting recognized for something you're doing well, and maybe that's not going over so well for others. Because then we have the Queen of Wands in reverse, which talks about bossy, center of attention, and maybe maybe this person, when it's like the chaos and the confusion, maybe the way that they're always seen as a center of attention is by causing the chaos, and maybe that's at work, maybe that's a relationship. So whoever this person is, I definitely feel like they're disruptive. And that's kind of like I feel like is the Knight of Wands energy, is a disruptive energy. When it's in reverse, they definitely, they come in like a speeding car, and they just kind of cause disruption. And I don't think they really they care, but basically, depending on what they're not using really good judgment. They may not really be thinking about who they're impacting or what they're causing, the disruption they may be causing. But you're holding out hope for them. You're keeping like a positive. You're holding out positive thoughts. You're like thinking this person can change. And that's coming with the Page of Wands. That you're staying positive for this person. And this relationship, and this is, again, this could be going back to this love with the Ace of Cups. This could be a relative. This still could be a friend. This could be a relationship card. So this can, again, changing as I'm going through this. Again, this could be, again, many different things again. But it's definitely a person within your life some way. Then we have the Empress card. And I believe that as you go through this with this person, you're going to grow, and you're kind of seeing what this person's going through. And you're kind of, and I mean, you're kind of seeing kind of what not to do, kind of how not to behave. And, that's kind of what I'm getting out of this. With the Ten of Cups, Ten of Cups talks again about love and support. And I believe that you are trying to be supportive to this person. Because I think in certain ways, if this is a family member, you are definitely trying to be supportive. But I also believe that they have to want the help. I believe that when sometimes people love living in chaos, sometimes people, they just have poor judgment. They don't know any differently. And sometimes when you try to help them, they take that as, they get very defensive. So that's kind of what I'm getting from here. Then we have Temperance in reverse. And I just feel like there's definitely, you both are at two different ends. You're kind of at the good judgment maybe, and you guys are at different ends of the playing field. You come in as you don't like chaos, you want everything balanced. This person here doesn't really know, maybe does not understand. I don't want to say doesn't understand, but isn't at that place of a balanced area, at a balanced playing field. They're not in that world right now. They don't know how to get there. And with the Ace of Wands, I believe you're very passionate about helping this person. But I also believe that maybe you're ready to go on your own adventure. You're ready maybe to not necessarily walk away, but you just maybe the way that this outer thing kind of reminds me of a keyhole. And maybe you're ready to unlock the path. You're ready to unlock a new door for yourself. And maybe you're ready to stop worrying, stop trying. And I don't mean that in a negative way, but I feel like you've already given a lot to this person, whoever this person may be. And maybe it's time to just kind of move forward. And I believe that I'm looking back at this Temperance card. And in this Temperance card, I see puzzle pieces. And what this just reminds me of is, I feel like whoever this person may be, I feel like there may be missing pieces in their life that they need to find. They may need to put some pieces together in their life. And sometimes they may need to find these missing pieces if they haven't already. And sometimes you can be supportive and you can help them, but sometimes people need to take the initiative and they need to do it on their own. And that's kind of what I'm getting from this card here. So yeah. And so I feel like, you're kind of like a step ahead of them, and you're moving forward. And it's even like with these cups here, I feel like, you kind of have like all your cups in a row, and you're moving forward. Whereas this person here, I just feel like, yeah. And with this card here and with the Queen, I feel like you keep looking back for this person. And this person's just not this person's just not getting it together. They're just not following. And with the King and with the Knight of Swords, they just kind of just keep running headlong in, and just the chaos just continues. And again, not to say that this person, negative about this person, and by all means, there's, we all go our own ways. We all have our own lives to live, and we all do our own things. But this person, I believe, needs to find their own path. And when we talk about here, understand the lessons are vital in the expansion of your own soul in order to ascend. And I think that the lessons, I think right now you're also learning your own lessons. We all keep learning lessons as we go. And I think right now you're on your own journey, and this person is on their journey. And I think right now they may be a little bit confused. They may be a little bit off path. They may not, with this, they may be a little bit lost. And they may be trying to put their life together right now with finding the pieces of what they need. And also, you do have if you move forward with your life, you may be able to inspire them. So let's get some more cards. We have the Four of Wands. We have the Two of Pentacles in reverse. We have the Two of Cups. We have the Page of Cups. We have the Page of Pentacles in reverse. We have the Nine of Swords. We have the Star. We have the Nine of Cups. We have the Moon in reverse. And we have the shadow side, which is also the Devil. So with these cards here, what I'm feeling and what I'm seeing is that you're ready to kind of settle down. You're ready to kind of do your own thing. You're ready. You have things that you want to celebrate. You have things that's going on in your life. And with this person here, I feel like, and again, I'm going to put it out, this is definitely having to do with somebody in your life. And this may be this may be reversed, but I really feel this is someone in your life. And I feel like you feel overwhelmed. You may feel like if you move forward on your own journey, if you move forward on your own expansion, on your own lessons, that you may be like dropping the ball. You may be not being there for them. You may be letting them down. But you've committed to, with the Two of Cups, you've committed to them. You've been there for them. And this is the Page of Cups. The Page of Cups talks about relationships and union and that sort of thing. But you need to also commit to yourself. And, I'm not saying walk away from them totally. I'm not saying forget them. Nothing like that. But you also need to make a commitment to yourself, not to just stand still. Not to just, if this person is in a world of chaos and you can find your own path out so that you can find your balance, you need to do that. Because one, that will inspire them to maybe help them. And also it'll keep it so that you stay focused. You stay where you don't get overwhelmed, where you don't get to maybe in a place where they are. With the Page of Pentacles in reverse, you don't want to lose yourself. You don't want to lose your energy in somebody that just keeps pulling you down. because you need your energy to move forward. You need your energy to grow. You need your energy to learn. You need your energy to live your life, not somebody else's life. So then we have the Nine of Swords in reverse, which talks about poor mental health, obsessive thinking, that sort of negative thinking. And so basically that person may be in that place right now. But also I feel that if you maybe don't start going down your own path, if you don't start committing to yourself, that this person may also draw you in to going down a different road than what you're on. They may kind of hold you in. Not intentionally, but sometimes we get lost in someone else's world if we don't move forward in our own. The Star card. The Star card talks about healing, hope, guidance, finding peace, and trust. It talks about, finding balance. And I feel like if you do move forward, you're going to find your balance and you're going to keep your balance. But again, I also believe that if you move forward, you're going to inspire that other person in your life to also reach out, to also find that balance. The Nine of Cups talks about overindulgence. Sometimes when we do things and we think we're doing things for the better, or if we sometimes do things, sometimes things we do, they may have a price with them. They may have a cost. And so, you may think of, well, I'm really helping this person, and you may give up something of your own. But if you give something up of your own that you truly like or you love, or if you give up part of your own self-worth, or you give up something that you really want, that comes at a cost. And so that's what you have to be careful of. Don't give up don't give up a piece of your freedom, or don't give up your imbalance in your life, because that comes at a cost. That could create more chaos in your life that you don't want. So be careful of that. The Moon. The Moon talks about, seeing things, learning, seeing things for what they really are, seeing that truth. It takes away the veil. And rather than the deception of that sort of thing, it takes away the veil. It sees things for what they actually are. And so you're by seeing things for what they are and realizing that maybe by your walking away, you can inspire that person by maybe walking away and going down your own path. And interestingly enough, the Moon lands on the card where you unlock your own path. That may again help the other person in your life who may be going through this. And that just again will open up. And again, in all honesty, this is your choice. Tarot readings are just tarot readings. They help. They may open up. They may ask questions. They may provide some guidance. But when it's all said and done, it is your choice what you do. It is your choice how you proceed. We all have our free will. We all have our free choices. And the last card is the Devil card. The Devil talks about temptation, attraction, commitments. And you may feel like you have some kind of obligation to this person. And if you feel that, my question would then be why? You also have an obligation to yourself to keep yourself safe. You also have an obligation that you may feel like you have some type of an agreement, some type of a commitment, but you have a commitment to yourself as well. And you need to be happy too. Back here, you need to be happy. You may have a commitment to somebody else, but when all is said and done, at the end of the day, you rely on yourself. And that's there. So for this reading, this is going to be a no. Because I really believe that you need to... If this question is... I just feel like this is just a no right now. This can be a yes, But I just feel, especially ending with the Devil card and the way that these 3 cards are lining up, I just feel like it's a no, because I just feel negative energy with the 9 of Cups, the Moon, and the Shadow card. However, with that being said, with the Hope card, with the Star card and the Hope, I do believe that there is the possibility of change. And I believe that if you take the opportunity to turn this around and you remove the veil, and you take that opportunity to remove the veil, and you look at your opportunities, then depending on what path you choose, there is the possibility of turning this into a yes. But again, that speaks about your choices, your free choice, what you choose to do. This is just a tarot reading, and again, we leave it up to our own free will, and no one walks in your shoes. You walk in your own shoes. So again, this is up to your free will. Bravery. You're being asked to make a tough decision that you've been putting off because of fear, which is understandable, but you do have the strength and the bravery to make that decision, and you feel so much lighter when you do. That's very interesting, because we were just talking about making decisions. And again, if you choose to open that door, it doesn't mean you have to leave that person behind. It just means that you make a choice that's good for you. Healing. Your body, mind, and soul are in the period of deep healing right now. You are going through many transformations at once, and you're being asked to allow yourself to receive the healing you need with open arms and open heart. So you may be going through something, and you may not be recognizing it because of this other person. You may have had a loss. You may be going through something, and you're not acknowledging it because of maybe the chaos that this person creates around you. Maybe this person is also going through it, but they make themselves the center of attention, so you don't go through it and you hold it in, and that's not healthy. Gratitude. There's always something to be grateful for, even in the darkest of situations. Now is the time to recognize what is going well in your life and what you are thankful for. So, exactly. Look at what you have, and I feel like you have so many things to be thankful for. You have so much positivity around you, and maybe with this person always maybe causing that chaos, always causing that disruption, you're always so focused on that you don't see the positive in your life. You don't see all the wonderful things in your life. Patience. You're being asked to practice patience right now. It's not easy to do this, but you're strong, and there's a reason why things aren't aligning in the way you want them to in this moment. Have patience. It will eventually work out. So maybe you can't walk away from this person right now. Maybe there's a reason why. That is not my call. That's not what I'm here to make that judgment call. But I believe that there is going to be that time. I believe that you're going to see that moment in time. And so that is why I believe that this is a no right now, is because there is going to be that moment in time that you're going to feel it's the right time. I believe that there's going to be that moment that you step up, there's going to be that healing, and it's all going to work out, and it's all going to follow that line for you. I also believe that you are not alone. And the one thing I do have to say is that I believe that this is a hard situation to be in. If you haven't ever gone through it, this reading may not be for everybody. This is, again, a tough situation. And You can't, you have to walk in these shoes. Nobody can walk in your shoes in this one. And nobody can tell you what to do or what not to do. Especially somebody doing a tarot reading. Here and now. Here and now, it lands on the bravery. What I want, what's coming through here, just realize right here and now, you are brave. You are braver than what you think you are. You have more knowledge than what you think you are. And I'm also hearing that right now, lessons are vital in the expansion of your soul. And even if you're not moving on, even if you're staying right where you are to still support this person, or however you're working with this person, here and now, you are brave. You are learning. You know, you may not be moving on to do your own thing right now, but you are still learning. You are still expanding your soul. By the book, number 11, you may believe in doing things by the book. If this is a family member, you may believe in standing by family, which to me, that is a very high and powerful belief. And again, more power to you, and that is something special. Time to go, card number 45. What's coming through for me with the time to go is you're going to know when the right time is to walk away. You're going to know when it's time to make that change. New life. You're going to know when it's time to go, and you're going to know when it's time to find that new life. You're going to know that. And again, for me, tarot readings help me. When I even watch tarot readings, they help me understand what I'm thinking. They help support and guide me to what I need. And that's why I do tarot readings, to hopefully help others. Hawk, messenger. Spirit is sending you messages. Open your greater vision to see the signs. Focus on the priorities and eliminate distractions. You have a bright future. Let yourself ascend to new heights. Interestingly enough, both of these cards talk about ascending. So I really believe that somebody's watching over you and somebody is helping to guide you. Butterfly, rebirth. You can reinvent yourself, open to the rewards of change. You have a brilliance to share with the world. Love every part of your journey. See, and again, we're talking about rebirth. We're talking about change. Even the Ace of Cups talks about birth, rebirth. And again, I believe that. I believe that when it's time for you to change, when it's time for you to have a new life, you're going to do that. But again, I believe it's also going to be on your terms. And we're going to get one angel number for you. You have two. So the first one is 888, personal power, material and spiritual abundance, wealth, resources, force, balance, confidence, material gain, epic romance. All of this is good, and pleasure is in your life will multiply. Angels are sending the number to reassure you of prosper and well-being ahead. Your surroundings will treat you with admiration and respect. Use it for the greater good. And as we mentioned here, you're being guided and you're going to have what you need. And then the other number, persistence, 1212, shift, enthusiasms, gratitude. And we had another gratitude card here too. Contentment, new experiences. Oh, happy day. An ample opportunity related to your life's purpose is just around the corner. Take immediate action once it pops up. Of course, a lovely partnership or an epic romance is also in the cards. So again, I feel like once it's time for you to move on, you've got all types of opportunity ahead for you. So again, this is going to be a no. I also believe that you have, with change, when you're ready, you have the ability to turn this into a yes. But again, take your time when it's right for you. I hope this helps somebody. Thank you for watching Crystal Water Tarot. Please like and subscribe, and I hope you join us again. Thank you.